That's with 3.
Shit, I didn't even get the countdown.
I was drinking my drink, innit? My juice.
Shit, boy, we're back.
No gin and juice.
The Flixters are back. It is nearly Christmas, nearly the end of the year. But you know what?
By the time they listen to this, it might be Christmas, you know?
Actually might be. Well,
it might be a little Christmas present to open. So
this is your Christmas gift. Happy Christmas. Merry New Year. Happy New Year. However you want to say it.
Isn't it?
Exactly. Oh shit! I should have wore it. You know what? You know what? The good thing though is, Deval, my Flixters t-shirt's going to be coming back.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yes, it went international and now it's going to be back. So don't worry.
Yours is going to look fresh. Mine's all busted and
but that's cool, man. You've got the lived-in t-shirt, which is great. So listen, folks, you've downloaded episode 313.
313. Like Billie Jean. Not your lover. Just a friend. He thinks that I am the one.
Come on.
That's nonsense.
Listen, watch this episode so you can watch Deval dancing. So listen, folks, look, you've downloaded episode 313, coming up towards the end of the year, and we want to throw in as many kind of trailers and reviews and movie news, and we just want to get that all in. So keep it locked with the Flixters. Stick around with us for the next 45 to 50 minutes. We're going to take you on a ride. So now let's get into the shout-outs, Devaldo.
Yeah, one shout-out this week goes to Zakharov. Zakharov, our very own. Big shout-out to you. He's going to be on the show real soon. We've been stalling. We've been chatting. Zakharov, if you're listening, sorry, we were meant to get you on the show a while ago to talk about what's that film called? Promises. Not Promise. Strange Darling.
Yeah, Strange Darling. Promises. Yeah.
Strange Darling. Yeah. So good film. We're going to talk about it with Zakharov soon. So big shout out to him. We're going to do one quick other shout out. Goes to Ciel Noir 3.
Oh man.
Go check out her page. She put a nice post. I think she went to Ghana.
Nice.
And yeah, she went there and had a good time. And just a big shout out to her for visiting the motherland. And she's always welcome back on the Flixters. She will be back. She'll be back on the Flixters at some point soon. Yeah. It's been actually. Do you know what the last time we had her on the show was?
It was Spider-Man.
Yeah, I think that was 2023 or something.
You know what?
Maybe 2022.
And you know what? It'd be great, Deval. It would be great to find out what she thought of Craven the Hunter, if she saw Craven the Hunter.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Anyway, go back to last week's episode and you can listen to our review of Craven the Hunter. So great shout outs. And remember, folks, keep it locked with the Flixters. Follow us on YouTube, on Twitter, on Instagram. It's where we post our stuff on there and, engage with us, and we'd love you for it. All right, let's do movie news. So speaking about, Jared Leto. Has he been on our movie news? No, he hasn't, not recently.
Not for a while. When did we last see him? Was he in Dune? Morbius. Dune 2? No, he wasn't in Dune 2, was he? Oh, no.
Morbius, I think we spoke about.
Yeah, he must have been in something else as well, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't know, but I mean, Jared Leto, Oscar winner, he's a good actor, and he's been in good stuff, and he was in a band as well, and he's kind of concentrates on the music, singing as well. He's doing the acting. But Deval, tell us about what movie he's coming up in.
Yeah, so we spoke a while ago about there being a new Masters of the Universe movie, and this is going to be coming out at some point. At some point soon, I guess. And there's obviously Masters of the Universe, He-Man. We saw Dolph Lundgren's version in 1994. Courtney Cox was involved in that version. But we're going to get a new version, and Jared Leto has just signed up to being the main villain of that movie.
Oh, so what? Skeletor then?
Skeletor. So Jared Leto is going to be Skeletor in the new Masters of the Universe movie, which is due to be out, I think it's 2026. I don't think it's next year, but we could be surprised by that. But it's going to be interesting seeing him as a main villain and seeing how he comes across as Skeletor. It could be a massive flop. It could be a massive success. who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows?
You know what? With these things, you just don't even know anymore. I know that Netflix, they brought out kind of like an animation that came out. I remember I watched the first season or something. I don't know what happened in the end. But that, you know, He-Man, massive character, you know, lots of kind of history there. Go check out and read about him and that whole kind of Eternia. Is it Eternia? Yeah, it is Eternia, isn't it? Yeah,
My name's
Eternia.
Adam, Prince of Eternia.
So loads of characters in that one, so go check it out. Now this one, Divaldo, let's speak about this. Okay, so Evil Dead Rise, which we reviewed on the show, it was this nasty great, it was kind of like, is a reboot, remake, or was it kind of like a continuation? I can't even remember now what it was.
It was kind of a reboot. I'll call it a reboot, you know. I would call it a reboot, yeah.
Definitely a reboot. And you know, if you're a fan of horror movies, then you know the Evil Dead franchise, and they're kind of taken it into a new direction. And the director of that movie is working on this. I read about this, Divaldo. So this is the kind of the Universal Pictures Monsters kind of what do we call it? Monsters universe. So you've got the Wolfman, Invisible Man, you've got Dracula, and you've got this, Duval, which is.
Yeah, this one's going to be. Oh, Mummy. Mummy, am I allowed to do my podcast? Am I allowed, Mummy? Okay. Yeah, we'll be finished soon. I have to wash your dishes. Okay, Mummy. Yeah, so Mummy, yeah, it's going to be.
this guy, man. As the year gets on, he gets funnier. He's just his wise cracking jokes, man. This guy.
Yeah. So yeah, so it's going to be the mummy, the one wrapped up in all the bandages and all that.
Yeah.
So yeah, so Lee Cronin's going to direct The Mummy. Meant to be out in 2026. We saw Tom Cruise's version in 2017. Yeah, many people didn't like it. It is what it is, but yeah, this is coming out again, I guess.
And the fact that this guy is doing it, Deval, Lee Cronin, the Evil Dead was kind of R-rated-esque or 18-rated or whatever you want to call it. Hopefully, he'll inject new blood into this. Now, my only thing is this, because they want to get as many bums on seats, can he go for gore, or is he going to go more for just,
PG-13 kind of thing?
Yeah, or 50, like, what do you reckon?
I reckon it should follow the same sort of formula that the rest of the movies have followed. I can't remember if they were sort of rated R or whatever, but I think
Remember the Invisible
Man? I think it was, I think it 18. Should follow that formula. Yeah, it should. I think it was 15 here in the UK, but I think it should follow that formula. I think it should.
It definitely should.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And we've spoken about it on the show before, but Blumhouse spent kind of like $5 million on that movie. Remember, it was the budget on the
it was small,
and it took loads of money. So hopefully they can do this movie justice. And then, so that's that one. So go check that out, folks. And this, I needed to mention this one. So apparently, Divaldo, there's been some beef between Amazon and the Broccolis. Now,
the what? Oh, the James Bond people. The actual broccoli. Oh my gosh! Eat your greens, Amazon.
Eat your greens. So we got with beef. I mentioned beef. So we got vegetables and Amazon, whatever. No, so this is Amazon. So Amazon, they bought 50% of the James Bond franchise.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: the contract stipulates that they can't go ahead with any new project unless the Broccolis, so I can't remember, Albert Broccoli was the main guy, and then it passed on to his daughter. But Amazon can't go ahead with anything unless she's happy. And apparently, she's been very, very unhappy with the way that Amazon are trying to do things, trying to start things. They haven't reached a kind of an agreement. And according to rumors, she's been calling them idiots. Whoever's running Amazon and the whole James Bond thing, they're idiots. And because it's been a while, man, since James Bond, since he died, Daniel Craig.
Yeah, well, in the film, yeah.
In the film, yeah.
2023 or 20?
No, it couldn't be
2022.
I'm saying
2022. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
It's been a while, and normally with a big franchise like that, because remember, this is this is like $1 billion franchise. Yeah. So, I mean, they got to cast someone. They haven't said if this is going to be a white person. It could be a black person. Remember, Idris Elba
I
was
don't think it should
talk of
be.
it. Yeah, Craven the Hunter, Aaron Taylor Johnson. He was asked. However, another person, Pierre, the British guy from Rebel Ridge, his name's been thrown in the hat as well, which is a good shout.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, man, it's who knows where this is going. Some people are saying it should be a female James Bond because Lashana Lynch, she had the 007 name.
Let's keep James Bond, man. It doesn't have to be all these things. I mean,
I know.
Gordon Bennett. Is that what they're arguing over? Is that what they're arguing over? Do you reckon?
So what I reckon is maybe Amazon, they want to take it into a different direction. And Broccoli wants it to be, no, maybe we want to keep it a guy. It's got to be a white guy. It's got to be a guy who's kind of a bit older. But then Amazon, they're probably thinking we want an actor who's going to play the role for at least
isn't it?
4 or 5 years.
More than that even. It's a 15-year job sometimes. Do you know what I mean?
Imagine like 3 movies, how long it took about 10 years for those 3 movies to come out.
Exactly. Because Craig Daniel. David, what's his name? David
Daniel
Craig. Daniel Craig.
David.
2005 he started and finished in 2022. That's 17 years.
There you go.
Do you know what I mean?
And
who would have thought that?
And which actor's going to give? Like, I think by the end of it, even he was like tired of the whole thing.
He was tired.
Like, I can't do it anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
So you got to get maybe a young guy, and I don't know, or whatever. We'll see what happens. So it'd be interesting to find out what happens with that one. All right, okay. Let's move on to new on streaming. So we've got a couple of new shows that we want to speak about. This one, Deval, I've seen the first episode, and I don't know about you, Deval, but don't you reckon with this, the whole spy genre is just lighting up? It's just lit, man.
There's a lot of spies out there. There's a lot of spies
going on. We've had Agency, the Lioness. We've had
Slow Horses,
the Jackal, and now this is Black Doves. This is on Netflix. This stars Keira Knightley. It stars Ben Whishaw, who's got a connection to James Bond.
Exactly, yeah.
He plays Q. And so, yeah, I've already seen the first episode. So there's kind of like a murder that goes on. Keira Knightley is part of some sort of secret organization. She's married to like a high profile politician. She's been selling secrets, but then her lover, he dies. And now the team has to get together to figure out, is her cover being blown? Is she kind of, is she a target? And then there's this whole kind of the spy espionage game, man. It's good. It's decent.
Okay. On Netflix, worth a watch.
On Netflix, yeah. I've got to watch more episodes, but yeah, so far it's interesting.
Okay. All right. Cool. Okay.
So go check that one out. And this one, now this is on Netflix as well, isn't it, Deval?
This is on Netflix too, yeah. So talking about Black Doves, we've got some more Black Doves here.
Exactly.
And this is called the 6888. So the 6888 is it stars Kerry Washington.
Yep.
And
it's based on a true story, isn't it?
Based on a true story, yeah. Based on a true story, and this has been spoken about for quite a while actually. So people have been mentioning this one for a while, and I've seen many sort of people do trailers about it and talks about it, reviews, and saying what it might involve or whatever it might be. But this one, I'll just say what the synopsis is real quickly. So this is a World War II piece. So 855 women joined the war to fix the 3-year backlog of undelivered mail. Faced when this is, I guess, because a lot of men went to war, isn't it? Back in the sort of the war. Faced with discrimination and a country devastated by war, they managed to sort more than 17 million pieces of mails ahead of time. Wow. So bad. Special delivery, you want that? Special delivery, you need that.
it was all black, all female, which was
exactly. Yeah,
that's the whole big thing, right? In those days, where it was like, shit, what? No way. This is
directed, written by Tyler Perry. Kerry Washington stars in it. Oprah's in it as well. Wow. A bunch of other really good ladies are in it as well. So many. But yeah, it's worth a watch on Netflix. So you can watch it at home over Christmas. It's Christmas now. Happy Christmas. Watch it. Christmas. Let us know what you think. But yeah, there you go.
Brilliant. Nice one. All right. And the next one is the red pill or the blue pill.
Exactly. So You know, many people that talk about red pill, blue pill society, we get. There's there's a big movement right now, red pill movement, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Some of these young people, they weren't born in
They won't
1999.
even
They were
know.
born after 1999. They're 23, 21 years old.
They won't
They
even know
don't
what we're
know
talking about.
where it came from. The Matrix came out in 1999. When I watched it, it changed a lot of things. It's
Massive.
mad. Cultural
Huge.
movement. It's out on Netflix. You got Matrix 1, the best one. You got Matrix Revolutions. You got Matrix
Reloaded, wasn't it, or something?
Reloaded and Revolutions, I think. So you got Matrix 2 and 3 as well. But
Yeah.
if you're young and you haven't seen the Matrix and all you hear is red pill, blue pill, stop what you're doing. Go on Netflix, watch the Matrix, come back and let us know what you think. You know what I mean?
The bullet time.
You know what that's all about.
Exactly, bullet time.
Yeah, man.
No, Devout. I'm not sure if you remember this, but when I watched it in Park Royal.
Okay. Same. Me too. Yeah, same. I did as well.
I watched it in Park Royal, and you know what? They had priests were handing out leaflets.
Serious.
They were basically saying, and the leaflet was, I was like, what is this? What's going on over here? It's like religious movie. And they're saying, oh, do you want to know what the real, it was about the red pill and the blue pill. And it was about, there was this, even back then, it started something back then about, finding out about the truth. So a lot of kids, you got to read up on this shit. So go check it out on Netflix. Now, this one, I've heard about this as well. So this is a comedy special. Jamie Foxx's What Happened Was. And this, I've read the kind of synopsis about this. So this is him talking about the kind of the scare that he had, the medical scare that he had, right?
Yeah.
I haven't seen this. I've only seen trailers and stuff. So do we know exactly what happened?
From what he mentioned on the show, there's still a bit of mystery around it. But he had an issue. Was it with his brain or
brain
heart? Oh my gosh, I can't remember now. And I watched it. So, do you know what? This was a very introspective, very thought-provoking piece that he did. It kind of reminded me a little bit of how Dave Chappelle is. He's very he's very reflective on stage. Sometimes he doesn't tell any jokes, he just talks.
Yeah.
And Jamie Foxx done the same thing. But with his, it was very emotional. He had his daughters involved on stage as well. He cried quite a few times on stage. He cried quite a few times. And he also made people laugh. It was just a whole roller coaster.
I'm going to watch it.
It was good. It was good, but just be ready. It was quite an emotional roller coaster. But then it was just flip into comedy. It's mad. And
that's how you know it's heartfelt. I mean, So and remember we said something about him retiring, or can't remember. Maybe I had this conversation. So he's out of it? I'm assuming because now
he's working. He's back. He's back,
right?
Definitely. Cool. And you know what? Watching this, you'll see how talented this guy is. It's mad because people can act. Sometimes they can sing too. But this guy can act. He can sing. I don't know if he can dance. I'm pretty sure he can dance. He can do comedy. Being a comedian is hard work. He can do all of that, and he can sing really. And he play an instrument.
And he plays an instrument. I was just about to say he can play an instrument as well.
He's playing the piano on stage, singing. He's doing all these things. It's almost like flipping. What's that guy that does? Anyway, there's a guy in the UK that does this show New Year's Eve, and he's on the piano. He's there. He's doing this, doing that, doing this. It's just Mosey's talented. It's crazy. Crazy.
And remember, Oscar winner, he won for Ray.
Yeah. He reminds people of that anyway. Don't worry about that.
Okay. I got to watch it. All right. Okay. So go check it out. And remember, folks, keep it locked with the Flixters. Watch this episode on YouTube and tell us what you think. So let's move on to trailers. Now, this one, the next couple of trailers, actually, they've got a bit of a theme going on in them because they're all by A24, Deval.
Yep. A24, say no more.
And this one, when I watched this one, I was like, okay, this is your kind of maybe typical, war movie, the Marines, some Jarhead movie. But then actually I was like, you know what? The cast of this one is decent. It's got the guy from, he's a British actor. Well, not Black Adam, sorry. Adam Warlock.
Adam Warlock, Will Poulter. Will Poulter's in it.
Will Poulter, British actor, is in it. The Fantastic Four guys in it as well.
Joseph Quinn. Have you seen Shogun on Disney Plus?
No.
Very good.
I got to watch it.
Very good. A guy called Cosmo Jarvis is in it as well. He's from Shogun. Very good.
Yeah.
This has
Okay.
got very good guys in it. Yeah.
Yeah. And not only that, Alex Garland, who
Mm,
directed Civil War, which was really kind of edgy as
mm,
scene.
mm.
And this gave me that type similar vibe to it. But it's set in 2006, set in Iraq, a bunch of Marines, they get ambushed, they got to make their way out, and there's just shit going on, man. I thought, you know what? This is going to be a decent watch.
And it says everything is based on memory. They had real soldiers come in and advise on the show and be involved in the filmmaking of the show.
That's what you want.
So this is real, like on first hand,
Yeah.
testimony here. So this looks gritty, mad gritty. This is going to
Mad.
be good.
It's going to be good. And
It's coming out.
A24.
When's it coming out? Next year? Is it next year? I can't see a date.
Wow.
It's next year though. It's 2025. I can't see a date, but it's 2025. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So watch out for that one. And then another A24 movie. I didn't know what. I hadn't even heard about this movie. This one is called Death of a Unicorn, and it's by A24. It's quirky. It's like kind of comedy. It's kind of got like maybe elements of horror in there as well. And the premise just seems mad. So Ant-Man and so what's his name? I don't even forgot his name now.
Oh, Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd and Jenny Ortega. They're driving
and Will
along.
Poulter. Will Poulter's back in this one as well.
These guys popping up. So they're driving in the car and then hit an animal. And then they kind of, through the trailer, you kind of figure out what's going on. And it's in the title. They hit a unicorn. And it's a mad one, Deval. It's mad.
And the cast list is crazy. You got Richard E. Grant, you got Tia Leone, all kinds of people, all mad people in this. It's just a mad film. Yeah. It's worth a watch. 2025. This is going to be funny. This is going to be funny.
It's going to be mad.
Unicorn.
A unicorn. And then not only that, I think what I gathered from the trailer is they start using the unicorn's magic or power or whatever. But then the unicorn
cure cancer and all kinds of stuff. Yeah, it's mad.
But then the unicorn wants revenge or something. So yeah, man, it's going to be mad. So go check that one out. And this next one, keeping it with the spy theme over here, we've got Black Bag. So this is Michael Fassbender and Kate Blanchett. And we've mentioned kind of Michael Fassbender. He's in the agency. So he's back again as a spy for Steven Soderbergh. And do you remember the Steven Soderbergh movie, Deval, with Michael Fassbender?
Oh, hold on.
Haywire. Was it Haywire?
Yes. Oh, that's a wicked film. Wicked film. Yeah, wicked film.
So I kind of imagine Steven Soderbergh calls up Fassbender and says, hey, look, Fass, I've got a movie. It's about a spy and about his wife. I want you to be in it. You've done this before. You know how it works. So those two are back together again. But from the premise, what I get is they're kind of like a husband and wife spy. They work for the, obviously, government. She is selling secrets. He finds out and he has to choose between his wife and the government or his country.
Okay.
So there's tension, there's going to be action, there's going to be, a lot of shit going on in there. So yeah, intriguing. So I'll have to kind of wait and see when this one comes out, and we'll have to review this one, Deval.
I'm definitely up for that one. Definitely.
Exactly. So go check that one out, folks. Now we wouldn't we have to mention this one because this just dropped a day or two ago, and the internet's been mad. It's been buzzing. My news feed is kind of like Superman this, Superman that. We've been teased this with stills, with kind of behind the scenes stuff going on, but the trailer is out. The teaser trailer's out. This is the Superman movie. There's so much shit going on in it, man. Deval, there's so many characters. You've got there's a Green Lantern in there. You've got Super Dog, Krypton's in there. You've got Mr. Terrific's in there. You've got Lex Luthor's in there. You've got there's like a cyborg thing in there, which I thought was cyborg, but it's not cyborg. It's another. Okay. It's another actual. There's a scene where he's kind of cradling this little robot. And that robot is from Krypton, and it's his. Okay. Yeah, it's a kind of like a sentinel, a sentient, like a
helper, robot. Some sort of like. Okay.
Yeah, and maybe that's dying or it's dead or whatever. There's just so many things in there. A lot of people that I know, friends of ours, they're like, you know what, we don't have the expectation because there's a lot, man. There's a lot to get through.
There's a lot. It's busy trailer. It's
But
got
you know
like
what?
30 million views or something in
I
24
know.
hours. It's crazy.
But you know what? If anyone's going to pull it off, it's probably going to be James Gunn.
That's what people say. I mean, my expectations are low for any
Yeah.
Marvel, any DC, but the trailer looks busy. Like you said, James Gunn's got a good track record. He knows what he's doing. Yeah, he knows what he's doing. This is the first trailer we've seen, so who knows what the next trailer could look like. But
Yeah.
there's a lot going on. Like you said, Frank Grillo's in this too as Rick Flag.
Oh
Rick
my
Flag Senior.
jeez.
Nathan Fillion is Guy Gardner. He's one of the Green Lanterns.
Yep.
You got Millie Alcock from House of the Dragon. She's
Yes.
Kara Zor-El. So
Oh,
Supergirl.
Supergirl's in it as
Yeah,
well.
exactly. So there's a lot going on, mate. There's a lot going on. A
Yeah.
lot going on.
And then a lot of people, kind of the comments that I've been reading are like, with all these different characters, like, because obviously he does ensemble. Guardians of the Galaxy ensemble
Yeah.
pieces. So bringing all these different kind of characters together and making it fun and everything. So people are saying, rightly or wrongly, who knows? I don't know yet. I haven't formed an opinion yet. They're saying, is this a Superman movie or is it a kind of like a team up type of a movie?
Well, he's good at, yeah, you're right. He's good at team ups, isn't it? So that's why maybe there's so many people involved. Who knows who the villain is? There's even like a massive monster in it.
Oh,
Like from
jeez, I
like from
forgot
Pacific
about
Rim.
some sort
From
of like
Pacific Rim or
Godzilla type.
Godzilla kind of
Yeah.
kaiju.
Yeah, it's got some
So
sort of kind of like, thing in there going on as well. So obviously Lex Luthor's in it. He's his,
yeah,
obviously, from the comic books, his
Nicholas
mortal
Poulter.
enemy. Yeah, no, it's the one from Juror 23.
Yeah, Nicholas Poulter, isn't that his name? Am I getting mixed up?
Poulter. I
Oh,
thought it
Nicholas
was
Hoult.
Poulter.
Sorry, I'm mixing them up. Nicholas Poulter.
You know what? They're
I
round about
just
the same age,
remixed
man.
them. I
I'm
just
telling you.
remixed them. Nicholas
Yeah,
Hoult. Yeah.
yeah. So
Beast. He was
Nicholas
Beast,
Hoult,
isn't it?
he was no stranger to
Mm,
superhero movies.
mm.
So yeah, man. So look, there's a lot of stuff going on. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. If you have seen it, message us. Let us know what you think.
Yeah.
All right, Deval, let's do anniversary corner. Okay, go for it.
Yeah, so this anniversary corner kind of links in with the main movie, which we're going to talk about in a second. This one's called Non-Stop. Non-Stop is a 2014 movie based around aviation, I could say. This stars Liam Neeson.
Yep.
Oh, no, I got the wrong one. Hold on. Oh, yeah, no, it's the right one. Sorry, it's the right one. Yeah,
Liam
Non-Stop.
Neeson,
Yeah. Liam Neeson, Julianne Moore is in this one as well. So basically, an air marshal springs into action. Obviously, Liam Neeson wearing his long black coat,
Yep.
as he always does, springs into action during a transatlantic flight after receiving a series of text messages demanding $150 million into an offshore account. Otherwise, somebody would die every 20 minutes. And this is kind of similar to what we're going to talk about soon. But yeah, this movie, sort of film you can watch. I don't know if it's on Netflix or on Amazon. It might be, but it's not a massively sort of changing movie. It's got a high score actually, 6.9 out of 10. So it's like a 7 out of 10, one of his highest rated films actually.
Yeah.
But decent. So action packed. It's like an hour and a half, is it? Hour and 40 minutes. So yeah, decent kind of film. You know what you're going to get on an airplane, confined, high action. Stakes are high. There's extortion, there's terrorists. Who knows what it is? But Non-Stop is out there for you. So yeah.
And do you remember after Taken, he kind of this career that he's had now, where he's this older action hero. There's a movie that's on. I can't remember if it's on Amazon Prime or on Netflix. It's called The Absolute. He's in it as well. It's just like and he plays like this aging kind of guy, but he's still got skills and he fits the bill, man. So so go check it out.
Lupita Nyong'o is in this as well. She's an air steward.
So not bad. Like cast list them.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so go check it out. And that, like Deval said, that leads us nicely onto the main movie that we're going to be speaking about. This is called Carry On. This is on Netflix, and this has been out for a short while anyway on Netflix. And the first thing that I kind of thought about, Deval, was Die Hard. Like, it kind of had it's got the
yes,
Christmassy feel to it. And, obviously Die Hard is one of my favorite movies, favorite Christmas movies, favorite kind of action movies of all time.
Die Hard 2, wasn't that in an airport?
That was at an airport. Yeah, Die Hard 2, which was mad. So I guess the director of this movie is probably looking back at all those classic action movies where there's kind of like a disaster about to happen, and you've got one man who is the focal point. One man, who's the focal point of kind of the action, who has to solve it using his brains, using his wits. You know what, Deval, the cliches are all there, the kind of the tropes are all there, but in my head I'm thinking, as long as they pull it off, as long as it's watchable, you know what, I'm there. I'm gonna be there in the movie. So it stars British actor
what's his name?
Taron Egerton, who we've seen in The Kingsman. We've seen him in Elton John, The Rocket Man, just recently. He's been around, like Robin Hood, I think he did as well, even before that. So he's got acting chops. He's got action chops. He plays a TSA agent in Los Angeles Airport, which isn't Los Angeles Airport, by the way. They obviously they couldn't film there. They made it look like as if it was Los Angeles Airport. He's having a baby. He's got issues. He doesn't know what he wants to do with his life. And on this particular day that he's going in for his shift, we've got someone who wants to pass through an item, who wants to do something bad, and Taron Egerton's character is going to be the one to save the day. And you know what? Interestingly, are they the villain? Who are they going to get for the villain? And they end up getting Jason Bateman.
Yeah. He's never usually a villain, is he?
He always plays the comedy. He always plays the kind of the dry sense of humor.
Yeah.
So they got him, like, he's witty, he's kind of intelligent. They've got a plan. There's not just one person behind this plan. They've got 3 4 other people. And then he's got to use Taron Egerton's character. He's got to use his kind of, all his skills, all his brain to figure out what's going on. How's he going to get through it? And how's he going to save the day? You know what? I'm not going to say it's a shit movie, but I'm not also going to say it's like Die Hard level, because it's not. No, it's not Die Hard level, but for a Friday night B-movie-esque, with decent acting, with kind of, a little bit of edge of your seat, it's decent. It's definitely worth a watch. There's bits that I liked about it. There's some funny bits in there as well. Maybe I thought he was going to maybe be a bit more. I thought it was maybe going to be a bit more actiony.
Okay.
In the sense that I thought there was maybe going to be a bit more shootouts. I don't know, like Die Hard.
Okay, yeah.
What do you think about it?
Yeah, no, I agree. I thought it was all right. I think a lot of the better parts for me, the tension parts, were before. Because there's obviously a bit of spoilers here, but there's almost like 2 halves of the film. There's the first half where Jason Bateman's character is in control, and he's using a head. He gives Taron Egerton's character a headpiece, an earpiece, and he's listening to the instructions. He's telling him, he's putting the fear in him to make him know that, okay, I'm going to tell you to do something and do it. A lot of that builds a lot of tension. I think that's the best part of the film, and the tension's getting built. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what's in the case. All of that is there. And I think for me, the weaker, but not shit, but the weaker part of the film is once we know what's in the case, once Taron Egerton is now running around the place and stuff like that, that is where I think it's a bit weaker. It's still okay, but it's a little bit weaker because there's less mystery and there's less tension. It's more just, I guess, a regular film. But I felt like when Jason Bateman had the most power was when he had him in the earpiece listening to him, and Taron Egerton was trying to be clever, and Jason Bateman's character was always one step ahead, knowing, because he had a watcher who was able to watch Taron Egerton's character on the camera. So if he tries to send a text, the watcher will tell Jason Bateman, and Jason Bateman will be like, nope, don't send a text. And he's thinking, shit, how did you know I was sending a text, or who's using his watch? And So it was, there were some really tense moments in it, which I did enjoy. Overall, I think it was an average film, probably a 6 out of 10 or something,
Yeah,
6.5
absolutely.
maybe, but it was
Yeah,
enjoyable.
exactly worth a watch. And absolutely. I thought when we see it's Jason Bateman, I was like, maybe they could have kept him like in the shadows, maybe a bit
A
more.
bit longer.
Yeah, and then it reminded me of Phone Booth. Phone Booth is this kind of
Yeah, with Colin Farrell,
Colin
yeah.
Farrell, and then Kiefer Sutherland was the guy on the phone, but you never actually get to see.
Is it?
You only get to see
Ah,
Sutherland, like I think maybe even right, or even do you get to see him? I don't even know. All he is just
mm,
a voice on the phone, and
the
he's
mystery,
controlling
the
the shots.
mystery. Yeah,
So I was like, it had kind of vibes of Phone Booth and everything, which I thought was interesting. But and then when the cat's out the bag and he's got to do this and he's got to do that, I felt sorry for the bloody
the
there's one guy,
security man, isn't it? I
the
know.
security man. I was like,
People,
what?
people die, and they're like, he's like,
It's
oh my
like
gosh, they died. Oh. Like, people are dying out here,
the guy, his supervisor, who was just
Yeah,
doing his job, he gets basically killed,
yeah,
and then the other guy
yeah.
who's in it, it was madness. I was just like, holy shit! But yeah, watch it. It's worth a watch.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think about it on Instagram or whatever, and tell us what your rating is. Now, Deval, have we got time to do one more?
Yeah. Just real
Okay,
quickly.
so do this one. So Deval's going to speak about Juror number 2. Take it away.
Yeah, so this one's Juror number 2. So jurors in like jury service in the courts, and this one came out a little while ago. I just managed to see it last night, and I didn't realize it was written and directed by Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
It stars Nicholas Hoult, which we've mentioned in Superman trailer. Toni Collette, Gangstress, Hereditary and other stuff. J.K. Simmons is in it as well. J. Jonah Jameson, as well as other things as well. So they're the sort of 3 main characters in this. This one is about a Nicholas Hoult. He's juror number 2. I'll just refer to him as juror number 2. He's like a regular guy. He's got a wife who's expecting, and he gets called into jury service. And as soon as this happens, he's like, "Oh shit, I don't want to do it."
Because you have to do it.
You have to do it. He's like, "Oh, my wife's expecting. I don't want to do it." They're like, "Oh, hold on. You work?" He said, "Yeah, I work." He said, "What are you working now?" He says, "Oh, 9 to 6." And the judge says, "Okay, then, well, I'll make sure that the jury service only happens between 9 to 6. So it's not going to interrupt your normal life." He's like, "Oh, shit." So he gets called for it. He has to do it. And then do you know what? Should I spoil it a bit? You're going to see this, aren't you?
Just spoil it. Don't worry.
No, I can't. I can't spoil it. Do you know why? Do you know why I can't spoil it?
He knows there's someone.
Okay, I'm gonna be smart with it, or I'm gonna try and be smart because I don't want to spoil it for you because you cannot watch this film if you know. This is a quick review. So juror number 2, Nicholas Hoult, is called on trial for a murder case. A murder case. This is in America, so he's playing an American. I think it's based in Georgia. I think it's in Georgia. So they're all American. And then he's called to jury service. He's selected, and then the trial is put before him, and he sees all the details. And the only thing I'm going to spoil for you so far is that as the details get presented to him, he's like,
he knows the person.
Shit. He knows something about this case,
about the crime. Oh shit.
That he shouldn't know, and that can affect his ability to be a unbiased juror.
Yep. Okay.
And then I don't know if you've seen 12 Angry Men. It's an old school film.
Yeah, old school film.
Back in the, I don't know, is it 50s or something? Very popular
40s,
film about a jury service, 12 men, how they come to a decision, different, there's got to be unanimous when you come to a decision. So sometimes they vote, sometimes it's 6-6, or sometimes it might be 8-4. And then you have to get everyone else on side, and then they talk about it, they discuss it, they go through the facts, and
it could take days.
It could take days, it could take weeks. So in this case, it takes a long time as well.
Yeah.
So they get to vote, and they have to decide, and have to bring people on. And some people are like, "Oh, why are you thinking that?" Some people think, "Oh, because I watch true crime. I know this and that. The jurors are mad. So they're going through all kinds of decisions and talking about it, and you realize, oh shit, if I'm ever in court, being, if a jury of my peers is deciding my future, I'm thinking, shit. These people are just regular Joes. It's just a lot of them are like, oh man, I got kids. How do I get out of here? Let's just vote. Let's vote yes. And it's like,
hurry up.
Yeah. This is someone's life. And like, he did it. Look at him. Look at his tattoos. You know? Look at his tattoos.
Listen, people's lives are in their hands.
People just want to get up and go home. They're like, oh, look at him. He looks guilty. He done it. Look, they're like, no, that's what you think. So they go back and forth like crazy. But this is a very courtroom-based film. It's very It's a very film that looks at your principles. A few times in the film, they say, "In God we trust." There's justice. There's fit. There's a what's the word I'm looking for? Being fair. Basically, fairness. I'm trying to think of a legal word for it. Transparency. All these things keep coming up in the film, so it plays with people's principles, the lawyers' principles, the jurors' principles, and it's an interesting film.
Okay.
It's interesting. It's just under 2 hours. I'm not going to give you any more because, like I said, if anyone told me about this film before I watched it, no point watching. No point watching. I haven't told you too much. I've waited.
No, you've kept it. You've tiptoed around it, which is brilliant.
Yeah, definitely.
And that sets it nicely up for me.
Yeah.
So all right, okay. So it's definitely kind of worth a watch. So out of Carry On or Juror number 2, which is the movie that people should go out and watch first?
What's Juror number 2? Sorry, what's Carry On first? Because I think Juror number 2 is slightly better.
Yeah.
So that way you're sort of going upwards rather than So I think Juror number 2 was slightly better, bit more drama. There's no explosions, nothing like that. It's drama. No. It tests your own. Like, what would you do in a situation? It actually tests you to see what you would do.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it tests you.
The fact that you thought about it is kind of shows that it's a decent movie.
Yep. What would you do?
What would you do? So just on that, Devout, have you ever been called up for jury service?
Never. And hopefully, you know what? Now I've spoken about it, it probably will happen.
Oh my gosh. Probably will happen. And the thing is, you can't say no to it.
You can't say. I mean, look at this. Kiefer Sutherland is in this film. Oh. He got a part in this film. Like, guess how he got a part? This is Kiefer Sutherland, by the way. 24. Kiefer Sutherland's a big actor. Yeah, he's well known. Guess how he got a part in this film?
What? I don't know.
Like you said, you can't say no to it. He wrote to Clint Eastwood and said, "I'm a big fan. I really want to be in one of your films before you retire. Please, can I be in your film?" And you put him in the film. He begged to be in the film.
This could be his last movie.
Yep. Because he begged to be in the film. He got in the film. Bob's Your Uncle.
He's in his 90s, isn't he, Clint Eastwood?
94.
Oh, jeez. Wow. Yeah. So, because I know with the whole jury thing, unless you got a medical reason.
Yeah.
And if you don't, and I know in the UK, if you don't go, you could actually be fined for not going.
Is it?
Yeah. There's actual, so I'm not sure in the US whether or not it's the same. But okay, folks, there you have it. You've got 2 decent movies to think about and watch. Go check them out. If you do watch them, let us know on YouTube or Instagram, whatever. That's it, Deval. That's it for Christmas.
That's it for Christmas. So next year we're going to have Emmanuel on, hopefully, just to do like a end of 2024 sort of review recap, and a sort of look forward to 2025 to see what's coming up, see the sort of big. There's quite a lot coming out in 2025, so it might take us a while, but yeah, there's a lot to look forward to. But yeah, we'll do a sort of 2024 recap first and foremost, I think, and go from there. Really
wicked. Yeah, nice one. So listen to all our listeners out there. Have a happy holidays. Enjoy it. Rest up, and we'll see you in the next one.